by and large, one of the main comments that we heard from a lot of users here recently was just, the time to load the program, the time to access really big orders and do edits and saves on orders of 20, 50 line items, 100 line items or more, were just a little frustrating. So we kind of went back to the drawing board, reworked some things, and very, very pleased with the results that we're seeing. And looking at control speed, what we'll see here is kind of the difference in each program. The darker blue bar is really the time to open. From the moment that you click login to the moment that the program is really ready for you to use. And most of you are probably used to waiting about a minute, depending on your hardware or what have you. You can go get a cup of coffee or something and come back and then it's finally loaded kind of thing. The other bar is actually the time that it takes to click on the Explorer and have 50 orders populate that screen. And what we'll see as we begin to progress through Control 4.6, 5.1, 5.5, and then ultimately get to Control 5.55T, you'll notice the seconds to load is currently at 11, and we're continually getting it down. In a new release that I was looking at last night and testing, we now got it down to about 8 seconds. And we're trying to push it further and further. Also added was zip code lookup. For those of you that have used Control in the past, you probably are used to kind of entering the zip code and having to enter that city-state. Well, we actually created a service where you can just type in the zip code, it'll do an automatic lookup, and that works in the US, Canada, and Australia as well. One of the other major features that we've gotten a lot of feedback on is document management. What we found was that it seems that every single customer that we have has the same problem. They have either some USB hard drives they've set up, or some map network drives, or some folders here and there, and inevitably when they're working on a project, they go and they create a folder and they name it something. Maybe it's the order number, or maybe it's the project name, or it's the company name. They drop some files in it, and then inevitably, that just continues to grow and grow and grow, and there's no kind of consistency or structure to a lot of it, because if you've got 3 or 4 different employees adding all these folders, every one of them wants to name things a little differently. They want to do kind of their own thing, so there's no consistent structure to it. And every solution that I found that most people were using was all manual. It's something that they cooked up, or maybe they found some program out there that kind of helped them a little bit, but didn't really integrate it into the system they were currently using. What does Cyrious Document Management do? Well, we use the Windows folder file structure. What that means is that we're not giving you a database that you're going to upload all of these files into, that then you've got to figure out where you store that and back it up and all that kind of thing. Instead, what we do is we basically give you a portal into your existing network or drives. You specify where you're going to store these documents, but we'll handle the creation of all the folders. So every time you create a customer, we're going to create that folder for you automatically. Every time you rename a customer in Control, it will auto-rename that folder. All of these files and folders are completely accessible either inside of Control or outside of it. So if you've got designers or production people that they need to get to the files, but maybe you don't want them in Control, you don't want a license for them or anything along those lines, they can still get to it the normal way through the network like they probably already have. A lot of what we really set out to do was to make things easy and consistent and just relieve that additional burden. Every month almost, we are continually innovating and looking at everything that we do, both from a training standpoint and from a product data set standpoint and a program standpoint, where the feedback that you guys give and what we learn from you as far as how you're using it, what's working great, what's not working great, ultimately all of that is what makes us decide, hey, what are we changing? So much of Cyrious is not about really, us kind of trying to push our vision of things onto you guys. It's really about trying to learn, what pains or challenges do you have in your business, and your ability to give us that feedback and us kind of interpret and work together is what makes all this stuff happen.